to talk about posture in the context of movement. Why? Because I was evaluating somebody's posture and alignment. And when I looked at her position, I was like, do you have shoulder pain? And she goes, yeah, I actually have a big injury into my shoulder. And then as we were going, I said, do you have any knee pain? And she goes, yeah, I actually have pain into my knee. So when our posture is off, and here is what I'm going to demonstrate, like for example, the shoulder. Let's say my shoulder should be positioned properly into the shoulder socket. And let's say my shoulder is here because I'm slouching. So it's out of place. If I load the shoulder, whether it's through intensity or weights or repetitive movement, if the shoulder is not properly positioned, that's going to cause the shoulder to prematurely wear and tear. And the older we get, the more we see the impact of that. Same thing with the hip. I've talked about compensations before. If, let's say, I hurt my right knee, my body is so brilliant. My body would automatically adjust so that I take the weight off my right knee and I load more my left side so that I can continue moving. Now, my body fully anticipates that this is going to be temporary, and over time, I'm going to restore my alignment. When I'm out of alignment, certain muscles start overworking and other muscles are underworking. So that's how compensations form. So if over time we don't correct compensations, they start changing, or our movement patterns start creating compensations. Compensations continue to impact our movement patterns. So it becomes like a vicious cycle. Now, let's go with the example that I provided on the shoulder. Let's say my shoulder is out of place. I have pain. You do x-rays, you do MRI, everything looks okay, but you have pain. Now, you might get, a cortisone shot, which is going to help reduce the inflammation and perhaps the pain. But what you're not doing is you are not addressing the root cause of the problem, which is causing the wear and tear and eventually the pain. So unless you correct the root cause, the injection might give you a temporary relief of inflammation, of pain, but then the pain is going to come back. And if that doesn't get corrected over time, what's going to happen over time? You might get something more serious, such as a tear. The other important thing to remember is that when we have a compensation in one place, a dysfunction in one place, that turns into a full body dysfunction. So it's no longer just about the shoulder. It's, my whole posture might drown. That shoulder might twist me a little bit. So then that's going to start impacting my spine. Maybe it's going to start dragging my pelvis forward and so forth. So that dysfunction is going to carry through your entire body. So why am I sharing this? Because I think, I don't think people go to the gym or work out to hurt themselves. People go to the gym and move because they want to feel better, stay stronger, and so forth. But we don't know what we don't know. So if you're having aches and pains, I highly encourage you. One of the first things you can do is look at your alignment. Are you properly stacked? What does that mean? Ears stacked over shoulders, shoulders stacked over hips, hips stacked over ankles. Watch your pelvis. Is your pelvis rotated one side forward of the other? Do you have a tuck of the pelvis, or is your butt like sticking out? Are you like this, one shoulder up? Are you slouching in your upper back? Are you like hanging out? Like, where are you? And if you're off there, that is a good place to start with evaluating of what's happening. Because again, posture is not just visual, it's not just appearance. Posture has functional implications. Posture has physiological implications. If you're slouch, it's going to compress all of the organs that are here. If your spine is compressed, it may start putting pressure on your nerves. That's not going to provide enough nutrition to your organs, to your muscles, and so forth. So posture has humongous implications for how you feel, how you age. And if you have compensations, and if you don't take those compensations out, over time, they will create, it will be first maybe the hip, then the back, then the shoulder, then the neck. Everything just starts piling up. And sometimes people will be like, well, I've always used to have back pain or hip pain. I don't know now why my shoulder hurts, or I don't know why my neck hurts now. Again, because everything is interrelated. And that's one thing that when I work with clients, they'll be like, once they gain the body awareness, they'll be like, oh my gosh, we're stretching the feet. And they're like, I can feel the stretch and the release all the way into my neck. So your homework today, check what you've got going on with your posture. Play with that and see if it makes a difference into how you feel, especially when you're moving. And then I would also love to hear, do you have any aches and pains that you can figure out why they're there? Because maybe there is something posturally that is calling you as an opportunity. Hope this was helpful. Stay rebellious, and I will see you next time.